Hey there, Andrea here. I'm the author of Saving You is Killing Me, Loving Someone with an Addiction. I am here because I'm so excited to offer you this wonderful resource, this guide to self care. So, this starter kit is going to help you delve into the world of self care. Now, what exactly is self care? I know it's a term that's being thrown around a lot. And it's like, is it just like, polishing your nails or like, giving yourself a little facial? It's beyond self pampering. So, self care is so essential because it's a basic human necessity that helps us to feel stronger, that helps us feel more resilient. Self care is a wonderful practice that helps us when we are going through some turmoil and struggle. So it's about really, really giving you this kind regard and acceptance of who you are. And it's giving yourself that loving, unconditional self compassion as well. So there's no question about it that when you love someone with an addiction, it is a life of turmoil. It feels like a perpetual roller coaster or merry-go-round that just like, doesn't end. It is very depleting and exhausting. And so self care becomes one of those practices that is essential to help you take back your power. Now, that's what this whole, my whole world is about, with my book and my podcast and my support group. It's all about finding the courage to focus on you so that you can take your life back. It is about shifting your focus off of the addicted loved one and all about, taking back your power. It's about going back to putting yourself first because that's all you really have control over. The only thing you can do is save yourself. So now addiction is a disease that affects the entire family. It's easy to become entangled in that world full of worry, frustration, and pain. And it's really important that self care is actually critical for both you and the addicted loved one, because you've heard that expression, put your oxygen mask on first, or you can't pour from an empty cup. Now, that is really what this is all about. So I decided to create this wonderful self care starter kit because self care is so important. It's extremely important for your day to day living, let alone when you're dealing with the stress that comes from loving someone with an addiction. Taking time to look after you can actually remind yourself and others that you matter, that you're essential, that you're important as well. And so I know that you've heard that expression, you can't pour from that empty cup, but self care is so critical for maintaining positive feelings, for positive outlook, for feeling, even if it's like just morsel times throughout your day of, happiness. So it boosts your confidence as well. And it's going to help you to be a little more optimistic about your future. And actually, it cultivates the emotion, the positive emotion of hope, hopefulness. So this is really important. So self-care is essential to maintain those healthy relationships with yourselves. And it's definitely a procedure of making yourself feel those positive emotions. And it's reminding you that you are important. So self-care is a component of stress management, actually. So while you know what, small doses of stress in life are actually healthy, chronic activation of the stress response is not healthy. And I know what comes along with loving someone with an addiction. And you know what? So it's really about calming that nervous system. So what happens is we tend to have what's called ego depletion in the positive psychology world, where we become depleted and exhausted and drained, that we lack. Actually, what happens is we move from the logical portion of our brain to the hijack of the amygdala, which is that's when we're functioning in the stress response, where it's really hard to make logical decisions, to calm ourselves down. So self-care is actually a part of stress management, and it's really, really important. So I hope you like, if you're just watching this video and you haven't, gone and gotten your startup, your self-care starter package, I would love for you to go and do that. Visit my website. If you're here and you're receiving your free self-care startup package, what you're going to get here, you'll notice, is you're going to have checklists that will help you in many ways. You'll get a general information package to support you with self-care. What is self-care? Why is it important? But you're also going to get a checklist. So how you can look after your social health, your physical health, your mental health, and emotional health. So it's really important. There's those 4 checklists, as well as a worksheet that's going to help you you. You're also going to receive a bonus weekly self-care calendar or planner. And that way you can integrate these practices that are going to help you. And so it's really, really beneficial on so many levels to take care of yourself, to look after yourself and nurture yourself on all levels, right? If you can't do anything about what's going on in addicted loved ones in their life, you can't control them. You didn't cause it, you can't cure it, right? We need to shift the focus back onto ourselves. And it's time to realize that you can't try hard enough for someone else to make their life change. So turning that energy back on yourself, that you are lovable, you deserve self-care, you deserve and are worthy of, taking that time to yourself. And so I really do invite you to enjoy this wonderful self-care starter package. I don't know why I have trouble saying that over and over again, but that is what this is. And if you want more information, of course, reach out to me, join the support group, listen to the podcast, or purchase my book. I will have a little discount code as well in the freebie at the end of your starter kit as well. So I would love for you to take advantage of that. Thank you so much, everybody. And I'm sending you hugs.